If you want a gift, ask for money. If you want generosity, invite people to make a difference in the things that they care about most. And you're going to do that by expressing everything in terms of the value of what you do, that it brings to the community, and the impact that you're making on issues that people really, really care about.
I think it's really important to articulate what your case for support is in your fundraising for your organization. And I think it's important to actually put that down in writing. But before you get to that writing piece, it's really important to have the discussion with your trustees and with other staff about why raising funds in your organization how that will make a difference. And I think a lot of times fundraising is about us. Give it to our organization, give it to the opera. And what we need to be talking about is how funding will make a difference in the community, how funding will have a specific impact on an individual or a family or community. So really tying dollars specifically to outcomes. And that's kind of a cliche right now, tying dollars to outcomes. But if you think about your own personal giving and what is a time in your life when making a gift really had this soulful impact back on you, you'll realize that you gave to something typically very specific, and there was an individual that was impacted. And so how do you take your fundraising, whether that's $20,000 or $20 million, and make it really tangible? One of the things that we've done at Seattle Opera is try to really look at how our funding is impacting specific parts of the company. So we have this fabulous education program where Seattle Opera goes out into an elementary school, teaches kids about opera. They actually become part of the opera and perform for the rest of their school an hour-long program of opera. And it's really has a fabulous, deep impact on kids. Well, what we did with our case was, instead of just talking about we do this great education program, is that we tied it specifically that this amount of money will allow us to go into a school and impact 300 kids with an experience around opera, and further tying that to how arts and music will really enhance kids' abilities to learn, tying that to research that we know is available in our community. So really making that story not so much about give us $5,000 so Seattle Opera can go present this Opera Goes to School program in an elementary school. Instead, talking about how $5,000 will impact 300 kids, helping them to have an experience with opera for the first time, explore the different elements of art engaged in opera, and help them to tie that to history, literature, other parts of their education, and really enhance their educational experience. That's a whole different message. And that is when it becomes meaningful to a prospective donor and where they want to be a part of making something like that happen.